Uyghur woman sentenced for 14 years for teaching Islam, hiding Qurans.
Here's a summary of the article.
A Uyghur woman abducted from her home in China's far western Xinjiang region in the middle of the night more than 4 years ago was sentenced to 14 years in prison for providing religious instruction to children in her neighborhood and hiding copies of the Quran, sources with knowledge of the situation and local police said. The Manas County Court official confirmed that Hasiyat Ahmed had been sentenced to 14 years. 9 years before her arrest, Hasiyat's husband was convicted of separatism charges and sentenced to life in prison in 2009, the source said. Hasiyat had stopped teaching children 2 years before her arrest because of health problems. Chinese authorities have targeted and arrested numerous Uyghur businessmen, intellectuals, and cultural and religious figures in the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region for years as part of a campaign to monitor, control, and assimilate members of the minority group purportedly to prevent religious extremism and terrorist activities. Staff at the Manas County Police Department declined to answer questions about Hasiyat, only telling RFA that there were not many Uyghur police officers or Uyghur residents who lived in the county, which covers nearly 9,200 square kilometers. Another source with knowledge of the situation told RFA's Uyghur service after it first reported on Hasiyat's case that authorities sentenced the woman to 14 years in prison, 7 for teaching the Quran and giving religious lessons to local children and another 7 for hiding 2 copies of the sacred text during a time when police began confiscating religious books from Manas County residents.
This post received a score of 5,100, with an upvote ratio of 90%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
What baffles me about this is that most Muslim countries don't seem to give a fuck about what's happening to the Uyghurs.
They only care when it serves their political agenda.
Reminds me of the Palestinians. In Gaza and West Bank, those poor victims, Israel is evil. In refugee camps in Lebanon and Jordan, who cares?
They pay lip service to the Palestinian cause, but more and more Arab countries are normalizing relationships with Israel. It's like Ukraine. Nobody really wants to go to war to defend powerless people. All you will get is thoughts and prayers.
Greater than it's like Ukraine. Nobody really wants to go to war to defend powerless people. All you will get is thoughts and prayers. You, sure, about that.
Lublin Triangle. Greater than the Lublin Triangle, Lithuanian. Liublino Tricampus. Polish. Trojkat Lubelski. Ukrainian. Lublinsky Trikutnik. Romanized. Lyublinsky Trikutnik. Is a regional alliance of 3 European countries, Lithuania, Poland, and Ukraine, for the purposes of strengthening mutual military, cultural, economic and political cooperation and supporting Ukraine's integration into the European Union and the NATO. The Lublin Triangle Initiative invokes the integrative heritage of the 1569 Union of Lublin. FAQ. Opt-out. Opt-out O.
It's a little off topic, but it's kinda interesting if you read this thread by looking for the random word usernames. Entirely typical of sock puppet accounts. At the time of my comment, my expectations were met about 85% of the time. Just saying, I haven't seen a single example of this.
I'll take things conservatives think atheists are doing to Christians in the US for $300.
You are just so desperate to make every story about you, huh?
Americans are like that annoying coworker that you meet in a restaurant and pulls the chair to your table without asking.
You're not allowed to teach kids religion in China. That's the reason for the sentence. It applies to every religion. Also, this happened 4 years ago.
So wrong, sad face.
Fuck the Chinese government.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.